Hi, I am Terrence. I am a newly certified ACE personal trainer. I know there are people out there who would like to get certified but have no clue on where to start, especially those people to whom English is a second language. That is why I am making this video to share my experience in preparing for the ACE CPT certification exam. Okay, to start, we have to have materials to study for the exam. And ACE, the American Council for Exercise, offers 3 study packages for you to purchase. They are Advantage, Plus, and Basic packages. The Advantage package being the most expensive, and the Basic package is the least expensive. Of course, the Advantage package offers a lot more than the other 2 packages, but basically they all have the textbook and the study companion to study for, and they all include 1 exam voucher for us to take the exam after we completed the course, so we don't have to pay extra fees for the exam. I was going to choose the basic package at first, but then I realized that it offers only digital form of the study materials, and I'd like to get my hands on some solid hard copies. So I picked the next one up, which is the Plus package, so I get both the digital and the hard copy version of the textbook and the study companion. This Plus package I picked is labeled on the ACE official website as the most popular package, and I think I made the right choice. So once I made the payments online, I right away received the digital version of the textbook, and I started my study journey on August 13th. I realized that the textbook itself is of 800 plus pages, and the last time I studied something like that was sometime around 40 years ago. I wasn't sure how at the age of 68 I could cope with the same kind of stress from the study activity when my eyes were not as sharp and I have not lived in an English-speaking environment or used the language for as many years, but I decided to give it a shot. I think the most difficult part going through the textbook is that there are many words related to anatomy or medicine which I've never encountered before in my life. There are words like femur, tibia, humerus, supraspinatus, supination, pronation, scoliosis, and on and on. I found myself back in the distant but familiar territory where I had to read the paragraph and go to the dictionary and look up for the meanings of each word that I don't know. The good thing is that I can do this now by Google them up on my cell phone, and 40 years ago I had to rely on my brick-like Webster dictionary and leaf through them by hand, and that was time-consuming. But still, the study process was like broken up in pieces because I had to look up for the meanings of certain words and then string them together to get the meanings of the paragraph. I wanted to make my study effort as easy and stress-free as possible, so I came up with a plan, which is to study for 2 hours a day, 1 hour at a stretch, and resting for 10 minutes in between. Then I would stop and mark the hours. I would go through each chapter once and then go to the study companion to refresh the concepts. And I'll do the quizzes in there. After that, I would go online and go through the video lectures and some more quizzes. And then I would call it a chapter. Whenever the 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day time is up, I would stop at where I was, either on the textbook or the study companion, and then make a mark and then continue, resume it the next day. I have to say the first week was an ordeal for me because I would read through a paragraph knowing all the words, but I could not put them together and make sense out of it because my brain had not been used to functioning in an all-English context for too long. Anyways, I persevered, and eventually I finished reading the text, and the study companion. I finished all the quizzes, took the practice exam twice. Then I thought maybe I should give it a shot and take the real exam. However, I wanted to make sure that I passed the exam the first time around. So I followed the advice of some guy on the internet and bought a practice tests package, which includes 750 practice questions, which I studied for the last 10 or 14 days before I took the exam. These practice questions helped me reinforce the important concepts I studied and gave me an idea on what kind of question formats I might run into in the real tests. I would definitely recommend spending the extra $40 on this package, and their website is test.com. So to sum it up, I would say to prepare for the exam, you have to really study paragraph for paragraph or word for word, going through the textbook and the study companion, and do all the quizzes. Make sure you understand the concepts presented in the material. I would stress the importance of the study companion quizzes, and I think you should go through them more than twice. And make sure you understand all of them and know the answers. And then I would recommend the test.com practice questions, and you should do them over several times. Make sure you understand where they are coming from and know the answers. For those of you like me whose native language is not English, you just have to spend extra time looking up for meanings of the words you don't know. Once you tough through it, reading the textbook is not as difficult as you might think. Just make sure you get a hold of the main concepts. Know the math, go over the practice questions, go over the practice quizzes or questions a few times. You should be able to pass the exam the first time around. So this is how many hours I spent in preparation for the exam. A total of 124 hours, of which 80 hours were spent on reading the texts, and then 14 hours spent on going over the study companion twice, and then doing the practice exams provided in the package. After that, I spent 30 hours more going through all the practice questions. I don't know how many times over, but I pretty much mastered all the answers and concepts thereof. So finally, I took the exam on October 10th, less than 60 days after I purchased the study materials. I scored about 80%, I think. I got a grade of 636 out of 800 total, which is acceptable. Not great, but acceptable nonetheless, so I am happy. So I'm officially a certified personal trainer on paper. My next step would be to go out there and find a way to put my knowledge into practice, specifically on how to do functional assessments, and then design the appropriate training programs for the clients. Truth be told, getting the certificate is only the beginning. There is a lot more to learn to be an effective and helpful personal trainer. Okay, there it is. That's my story about how I managed to get my personal trainer certificate. Not really easy for me, and I take it as an accomplishment. At my age, at least, I am pretty happy about the achievement. I hope I can help as many people as possible in the health and fitness realm in the future. Thank you for watching. I hope all of you who are contemplating on getting the certificate can benefit from knowing what I've been through. Good luck and see you. Bye.